Guys, welcome to this video, and this is the first in a series that I'm going to be doing on Dark Eldar tactics. I've done a few Tyranid tactics in the past and they seem quite successful, so I'm going to go with the Dark Eldar ones. And the first video is going to be on Reaver jetbikes, as the title would suggest. So that's these guys. Obviously no rider on this one yet, but beautiful model. And this one's not painted either. A little bit of blue on the back. This isn't about painting, no, this is about how to use the things. So I run, as you will have seen hopefully in one of my other videos, I run 3 units of 9 of these, and for every 3 Reavers in your unit you can put cluster caltrops on them, which I do. So I have 3 cluster caltrops in each unit of 9. It makes them a deadly force, and they just play to everything the Dark Eldar should do. I wasn't happy when I first read the codex because the Lost Blade vein, and it took me a bit of looking at it and a bit of licking my wounds for my what became a broken army to realise that actually they're better. So how do I use them? I set them up straight on the front line. Wherever my deployment line is, they are on the edge of the deployment line. I keep them 2 inches apart to get minimal effect from the blast and flame and what have you, just in case anything can get them on first in if I get the initiative seized, or if I haven't gone first. I don't worry about cover for them. They're skilled riders, so they ignore dangerous terrain, but that doesn't bother me. The only time I stay in dangerous terrain is if it's a straight line, and I literally move forward my 12 inches because that's their movement. I'll then take whatever shots I can with the splinter rifles. Even within 12 inches range, fantastic. I'm getting rapid fire, and I'm relentless because of my bike. But generally speaking, you'll just get a couple of little cheap shots off with the splinter rifles. You're probably not going to charge in on your first turn because distance won't normally permit it. But in the assault phase, 2d6, and you move that much further again. So move even closer to your enemy. Don't worry about trying to hide. It's just not worth it. You just don't need, unless you're playing Tau and they've got marker lights and they're removing cover, you don't need to worry about it, because you've got the best thing in the world for bikes is the jink. So you get a 4-up jink save. These are skilled rider, so they get a +1, so they're getting a 3-up jink save. If, which is very possible when you're playing Dark Eldar, you've managed to get night fighting on turn 1, then you're also getting stealth, so you're on a 2+ jink save, which is massive. If, like me, you then roll a load of 1s and a unit dies, that's tough luck. but yeah, you're getting a 2-up save, so you can do really well with that. All I'd say to you guys is, when you're moving these forward, even if you roll really well on your assault phase movement, make sure you stay 18 inches away from the enemy. You don't want to be really any closer than that. 15 maybe. It's what I'm getting at is, if you get too close to an enemy unit that you're thinking of charging next turn, they can move 6, they can charge 12. You don't want them charging you. All the bonus in these bikes is on the charge move because of their Hammer of Wrath, which is what I'll go on to now. So providing you've managed to stay away, and then next turn you'll have all sorts shot at you, hopefully with your 2+ jink save. You'll have avoided most of it, and most of you guys, if not all of them, will still be alive. I run 3 units. 1 unit runs around wildly doing what it needs to as a distraction tactic, possibly. 2 units work in tandem, and they will work as far apart from each other as they can so that they're still effective. What I haven't done for this video is brought a squad of Marines, so we're going to say, for argument's sake, that this Venom here is a 10-man squad of Marines. I know size-wise it's not working, but this is to give you the effect, guys. What you want to do with your bikes is be coming in from either side. Flank the guys. You know you have to take it on a bit of an angle at the front. Just keep them so that they're separate. You should end up anywhere up to 6 inches away from them for when you're about to charge. You will get overwatched. You might be unlucky and take a few shots. You should be able to save out of those shots anyway and get in. Important thing to remember with Hammer of Wrath is it is only models in base contact that can actually cause a Hammer of Wrath hit. So if you have to get a model like that, this guy here can't use his Hammer of Wrath. only guys who are in base contact. Hence why you come in from both sides, because that way your first models would come in there, and then any subsequent models with the extra amount. So these go on the shortest point, the rest of the guys go on the longest points. They can go wherever they want, and you surround, obviously, you guys. So you get your hammer of wrath attacks, these lovely cluster caltrops, you see there on the bottom. They give you D6 strength 6 hammer of wrath attacks with the rending special rule. So your normal guys are getting a strength 4 rending attack, rending hit, sorry, which is great, because that means you still only need 4s against Marines. You're not suffering the normal bad side of Dark Eldars, only having strength 3. But these guys getting strength 6 means you're wounding most things on a 2 up. Toughness 5 models, obviously you're still wounding on a 3 up. 6s, 4s, I don't need to explain that bit to you guys. And you get the rending, so AP2 against non-vehicles, which is just amazing. If you put 2 units of these in against a unit of 10, that means you've got 18 guys going in against 10 guys. You're getting 6d6. So if you set an average of 3 on each d6, then that's 6 times 3, so that's 18. So you're getting 18 strength 6 hits against a toughness 4 unit, typically. This is all typical. And then you've still got 12 strength 4 rending hits as well. You are going to kill an awful lot of that unit. You're going to have to roll really badly, or your opponent's going to have to roll really, really, really well to save, even with a 3 up armor save, to save all of those. And don't forget, your rending hits ignore that armor. You will roll some 6s in that many dice. It's cheese, but it's a fantastic one. There's no point in bringing the 3rd unit in, because you won't get them in for the Hammer of Wraths. So I normally only place 2, unless it's a particularly large unit I'm going in against, like 20 Chaos Space Marines. You then initiative 6, so you get to attack first. You're getting your 1 standard attack, you're getting 1 for close combat weapon, and you're getting your charge attacks. You're getting 3 attacks, which is 54 attacks, 3 times 18. Yes, 54 attacks on the charge at weapon skill 4. Fine, you're going to roll 5s to wound on a toughness 4 model, because you're only strength 3. And at this early point in the game, you won't be on Furious Charge. But when you get up to Furious Charge, my, that's impressive. They just ruin units. Fine, you're using them as 2 units to take out 1 unit, but it works, it's good. Same with vehicles. First one onto whichever point you need to go onto. The rest round the back, because you can only use the armour value of the side that you're actually touching. So you want as many on the rear armour as you possibly can. And you can glance. Remember, your rending doesn't give you AP2 against vehicles, so you can't blow them up, which is great because you can't be... you can just glance them to death and you don't have to worry about an explodes killing you either. They're just fantastic. If for some reason you don't kill the unit that you've charged, stay in combat with them for the next turn, because you'll still go first. And then at that player's turn, so the Marine player's turn, hit and run off them. You're initiative 6, so anything other than 6, and you have passed your hit and run, so you run 3d6 off in whichever direction you choose. They're just a lethal unit, guys. They're so inexpensive points wise. I won't go into points cost because it's frowned upon by certain companies, so I'll leave that out. But say I use 3 units of 9 of them. One is a diversionary tactic, the other 2 just... If they only take 1 unit out, I'm alright with that, but generally speaking they'll survive and they'll take through a few, because when you're getting targeted back, you can really only target 1 unit. They're just a fantastic unit. I'm saying the jink's not an issue. If you have to jink, fine. This thing just shoots snapshots. You don't take it for the gun, you take it for what it does when it bashes in. Well, that's it, guys. That's my Reaver tactics. Hope you've liked it. If there's anything that I've got wrong, please do let me know in the comments. I'm sure you will. If you like the video, like it. And if you haven't already, then please subscribe to the channel. Next up will hopefully be a video on Venoms. Thanks, guys.